And you know I don't smoke. I'm just enjoying my fountain of youth. Yeah, I still enjoy this. Good morning. It is quite chilly. I am out here this morning because this is the very last day of school. Well, for me anyway. My students, their last physical day was yesterday. And so this morning they are remote learning. But my co-workers and I, we're not doing anything really big. We're just going to do something small just for our program. Yeah. So that's why I'm at the grocery store getting some drinks. Teacher drinks, that is. So here are the festive drinks I got. Now this one here is new to me. I'm not sure about how this one tastes. And I used to get this when I lived in DC. I used to get this one a lot, and I used to get this one a lot during the holidays between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And then even after the New Year's, we were still able to get it at least until about February in DC. But this one here is pretty new. So as I was saying before they made their announcement, I'm not familiar with that particular one because they did not have it. Oh, a friend of mine made these. I don't know if it's focusing or not, but yeah, she made those. She makes them. And yeah. So anyway, let me get ready. I need to take down all this Christmas stuff. So that's what we're doing on this professional development day, and then we're supposed to have some meetings. And then we're going to meet with the principal later to see how well this year has gone so far. Officially on winter break. Woohoo! Oh, I cannot wait to get home. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. May your heart be gay. Okay, so I am back and I'm happy. Oh my gosh, y'all. You have no idea how much I feel. It's Christmas break for me now. Yes, 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 yes. And I stopped and I got myself a little something for Christmas. I got myself something. My budget was $20. And I spent maybe like half of that. That was it. So I got two of these. This is the same thing. One is smaller than the other. This one is Zephyr. And this one is Eliza Beth. And then I have Commander HB. So what I'm doing is I am replacing some plants that I lost. Well, I didn't lose. I gave them to someone. I blessed someone else with them because they needed them. I was moving and because I love plants. Before I moved to the space I'm in now, I had over 40 plants. I think about 42, 43, something like that. I only kept 6 snake plants when I came to this place because it was going to be darker. I was not going to have as much light. And I did not want to take some of the other ones that I had and they die. I did not want that to happen. That would not have been well for me. So I had an aunt who she's a plant mom, a true plant mom. In her house, she has a room with nothing but plants. So I let her have them because I knew she would care for them the way I would. She tried to learn all the names. I said, Auntie, I can come by and label them for you. She said, child, just don't even try. I just know, hey, kids, you know. So, but yeah, so I am replacing these. And replacing all of those. And so I had two, and I'm using the same names because those are the names I know. So this was Commander H. I love this plant. I had never had a paddle plant before until I moved into that house. And it was intimidating. It really was. It was intimidating to take care of it. But I learned it. And I was like, if I make a mistake, I just make a mistake. But I learned it. I learned so much. And then when it became really, really tall, because the one I had ended up being, I say about that tall. And I decided to do a deadhead. That was my first time doing it. I don't know how many YouTube videos I watched before I had the nerve to deadhead it. And I said, okay, it's nothing to do but to do it. So I did it. I took it and I chopped it. And then I took the piece that I chopped off from the top, which would have had all of these leaves, and I stuck it into the soil. And then the stalk that I took it off of, I just left it. In less than a month's time, it had small leaves coming on it, looking just like those little ones there on the side of the stalk. And I was so happy I did not kill him. I was so happy because I didn't know what was going to happen. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to try it. If it doesn't work, I'll just get another one. But it worked. And it became, and I do not do well with succulents. But this particular one, I do so well. The calanchos, I do pretty good with. It's the other ones I don't do well with. But the calanchos, that's the one particular succulent that I can work with. They're easy for me. The rest is like, no. God bless everybody else who can. Now these aloes, these are Hawathias. I think that's what they're called. I love the texture on these. And they remind me of my grandmother, which her name is Zephyr, and her sister, whose name is Elizabeth, but I split the names and called this one Eliza Beth instead of Elizabeth. They remind me of them. Very resilient. They slow to anger. They were slow to speak, and they were wise. They were very wise women. And so that's how I chose those names. But yeah, I love plants. I had over 40 some plants. I've had, oh my gosh. I'll probably do another video to show you the plants that I do have. Today is not the day. I'll probably do it when I take them outside for the last time. But I have 6 snake plants, and then I had 3 different pothos that I gave her. But what I did was I took a clipping from each one. I had a golden pothos, I had a green jade, and then I had the queen marble. And I took them all and stuck them in water for about a couple of months. And then I put them in water, and you know what? I can show you her. Here she is. This is Hoodoo. This is my baby Hoodoo. You can tell, and the reason why I call her Hoodoo because Hoodoo is a term used for a mixture of different things to make into one, and that's what I did with this plant. This is a combination of 3 different pothos. So here you see the green jade. Right here you see the golden pothos, and then where is one? Where is it? I have a queen marble somewhere. Did she turn? Because I don't have a lot of light in this room. Hold on. There is a queen marble. So, oh, here's the one. There we go. With the light that I'm using, it's kind of hard to see because the glare, but you can see a little bit of marbling right there because this light is so bright, this ring light. But this is Hoodoo. She's my baby, and she stays by my bed. But yeah, other than that, the ones that I kept, they're snake plants. I'm not going to show them to you right now because they're huge. But I miss having my plants. Oh, here's one. All right, here we go. There you go. You can see the marbling right there. There we go, right there. You can see the marbling right there. That's the queen marble. But yeah, so let me brighten this back up. But yeah, I love plants. Now, how I got into dealing with plants. When I got out of my toxic relationship, this is one of the myths that people have about victims of abuse and survivors, that we allow people to treat us that way. Another one is, I don't see why you love them the way you do. We are lovers by nature. And the reason why some people choose to stay with them is because they don't know where else to put that love. I chose another channel, and I chose plants. I chose to put those emotions of love and care and nurture into plants. And that's probably why I do so well with them. It's because I literally nurture them. I literally care for them. I literally love them. That's the reason each one of them have names, and I remember their names. Yes, I had 42 or 43, and each one of those had names, and I knew all of them by name. And yeah, is you have to have somewhere to put it. I chose plants, and I also chose to get back into writing. And some people don't know to do that. They have all of this love and they don't know where to put it. And so instead of healing, they choose to be with someone else and they may not be ready. So sometimes the person they choose could be like the person that they left, or they could be worse. Sometimes some people can end up with someone much better. It's not as, it doesn't happen as often, but it is possible. I've seen it happen myself. But they were ready. They were ready, and the relationships are still going strong. But me, I chose to put it into plants, to put it into nature, and to connect back with nature because that's what I know. Both my grandfathers were farmers, and that's how they raised me, around nature, around gardening, around a lot of plants. And that's what made me feel good whenever I was stressed out, and particularly my mother's father. He, every time you turn around, he was always dealing with some plants or a garden somewhere. And that's what he chose for me as a child, to channel my emotions, because I would get angry, and he helped me with that because I had a real bad spell with anger. But I could manage it and control it. I could control it, but I still needed somewhere for the energy to go. So granddaddy got me into plants and gardening. And I love plants. Oh my gosh, y'all, you just have no idea. But anyway, that's how I got into it. Um, and so this is why this is my Christmas present to myself. I got three of them. And like I said, I think they were $3.50 each for these little ones, for the little succulents that she has from a new plant shop in town. And she's actually one of our mentors. The preschool, the preschool that my mom has in her church. This is the lady, she volunteers and she mentors, and we have our children work with plants. That's healing for them. It's sensory for them, and it helps them manage their emotions. It's one of the things we use to help them manage their emotions, and it gives them something to look forward to caring for. They learn how to care. Um, that's one of the things that we use to help um, dispel the behaviors of not caring, because that's typically what a lot of abusers do. They don't care. So we use things to where they learn how to care, because some people it's not innate. Some people it has to be taught. And so that's what we do with them. So I choose to put all of my love and everything into the plants until I feel like I am ready for another relationship. Right now, my mind isn't even on it. It's just, I'm at peace where I am, and I just want to dwell in this peace for a little while. I just want to dwell in it for a little while. I really love it. I've always been someone who did not have to date. I think the longest I've gone without dating was about 13 years. And it was rough, tough for a lot of people outside of me who had a problem with me not dating for that long. And I'm like, I'm at peace. What are you talking about? I love being single. I love it. I love it so much that I was 45 years old before I married. 45. Mm-hmm. Because I love my singleness. I understand my singleness. You know what? That's another video. But um, I enjoyed it. Oh my goodness, I enjoyed it. I loved the people that I did date. The men that I dated, I loved being in their presence. I did. But I did not want to date long. 2 years at the most is what I generally would spend time with them. But when it came to my ex-husband, for some reason I told him yes. I never told anybody else yes. I have been proposed before him. I had been proposed to 3 different times. And this one guy, he really, really just kept, you know, proposing and kept asking and continued asking. And I was like, I just, let me think about it. Let me think about it. I just kept saying, let me think about it. And, but they knew not to get down on their knee and ask me in front of people, because I was the type of person, I don't give a quick answer. It's, I need to think about it. And I'm like that with pretty much everything in my life. I need to think about this because I need to look at what are the pros and the cons in it for me to even consider it. Not to say yes or to say no, but to even consider it. And then I need to know what are the pros and cons of us even being together. So, and me considering it is totally different than me considering being with you. Those are two different things. It would take 3 different videos for me to explain that, which I will not do. But yeah, this is what I wanted to talk about for Christmas. It's my babies. I got myself some gifts. I am replacing my babies. So here is Zephyr, Elizabeth, and Commander HB. Thank you for meeting my babies.